Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the last match for YouTube purposes of the Callus Crew Challenge round of 16, and it is a doozy. We've got Shady Mofos, the defending champion, this time represented by Sprinkles on the top, and then we have Fakes on the bottom for Team Fake Booty. So here is the deal. They've already played their Oros match off screen. That was a victory for Empo over PJ. So if Sprinkles is to win here, the Shady Mofos are one step further on their quest for a repeat championship. They would go to the round of 8 this year. If Fakes, who just last round defeated BKC in this exact same tier, is to defeat Sprinkles here, they go to a third match, but that is a match that many of you guys believe is heavily favored for Team Fake Booty, which is Sabella against Fomog, friend of Mr. Gollum, in Gen 9, which is a tier that Sabella certainly plays, but it's not clear how familiar friend of Mr. Gollum is with it. So this is a crucial match, I believe, for the Shady Mofos to win. They put themselves in a tough spot here should Sprinkles drop this match. That being said, let's just get the obvious out of the way, credit where credit is due. Sprinkles has never lost a match in Callus Crew Challenge. He was undefeated for the entirety of the run last year, 4-0, and he also won in the previous round this year. So he comes into this with an unblemished 5-0 match record in this tour across 2 iterations of the tournament. He's against Fakes, playing Fakes' favorite gen. Yes, you might know him as an ADV player, but he does, in fact, like DPP the best. And like I said, he just beat BKC in this tier in the last round. He can obviously play. This is a heavyweight matchup with big repercussions. Fakes can send it to a very favorable on paper Gen 9 match, or Sprinkles can just get the clean sweep right here. Nice 2-0. Don't even have to play that match and get the Shady Mofos through to the round of 8. Here's game 1, DPP best of 3. Fakes is going to be on the bottom. Sprinkles is going to be on the top. Uxie and T-Tar respectively. Nidoqueen coming in. Haven't seen that guy in a little bit. I guess that gal. But Sprinkles is very fond of stallier teams in DPP. He busts out a lot of Donphan, busts out Nidoqueen, likes the really para-spammy, Starmie, Rachi, Lati, all defensive stuff. He's a very defensive player in this tier, which is very interesting because in ADV he actually plays very offensively and doesn't really play stall teams. So I find that kind of curious that his preference varies so wildly gen to gen. Not clear what the team is for Fakes, but clearly a stall team for Sprinkles between the Nidoqueen and the Clefable. Starmie coming in here. Toxic Spikes reestablished, but they got spun away before. Maybe they'll get spun away again. Goes for it, but gets blocked this time by Sprinkles on the top. He's on that alt, Shady Mofoer. And T-Tar going to come in, stepping on Toxic Spikes in the process. Sprinkles, of course, going to get out of the way. Doesn't want to get pursued there. Gets one step ahead of it with Skarm. So now we have both Spikes and Toxic Spikes down. There are rocks on the other side, however, which Sprinkles has yet to establish. Hidden Power is going to be super effective there. Ice, perhaps, 36%. Going to go for Super Fang and get Hidden Powered again. Nidoqueen is faster here and could get a crit, but otherwise it's going to be the advantage for Zapdos. Sprinkles is going to correctly anticipate Roost and taunt that away. And now doubles back to Clefable, who takes the Hidden Power, no problem, and can just go for Soft Boiled here. Zapdos still taunted and still can't Roost, so Fakes is going to switch to Meta, and Soft Boiled happens, Clef back up to 100%. Nidoqueen reappears, perhaps as fodder. It's going to be Trick, trading Iron Ball for Black Sludge, which hurts Meta. And then Skarm is going to blanket Earthquake, so Sprinkles here getting the better end of the prediction a couple times, probably in a decent position here. Here's more trickery, Black Sludge and Lefties, which Clef does not care about, thanks to the broken iteration of Magic Guard in Gen 4. And there's a Fire Punch and a crit, but it's going to be roosted away. Skarm going to be back to almost full health, and then full after Lefties. Fire Blast again and Whirlwind, prompting out Starmie. We know it as Rapid Spin. See if he goes for the Ghost here. Gonna go for T-Tower instead. And Rapid Spin is successful, but the Starmie is going to lose its life in the process. Or not. Not a pursuit on the way out. Gets cute and goes for Crunch. So Starmie lives to fight another day. Fire Punch comes down. Still hasn't found a 20% burn, but very well may one of these times. Here's another attempt. Doesn't find it there either. And Roost is going to come down. But hazard advantage now with Fakes, with the rocks, whereas Sprinkles currently doesn't have anything. He's going to spike up, but not before the Starmie comes in. It's down to just 18%, and T-Tower is going to appear again. Surf is going to do 41 this time. And again, it's no pursuit on the way out as Zapdos comes in. Crunch is going to get Zapdos. And here's the Starmie reappearance, foddering itself to the spike. So the first knockout of the series goes the way of Sprinkles. Out goes T-Tar. And there is Iron Head, which would have killed the Tar had that connected. Fire Punch again fishing for a burn, but still doesn't find it. Mathematically, he should have by now, but a little bit unlucky for Fakes. Here's another attempt for a 20% burn. And Sprinkles still manages to avoid that added effect. Zapdos in, Zapdos out. And we end up with Rachi on Clefable here. Gonna sub up, thinking Clef can't block it. Knockoff certainly cannot, and Jirachi remains safe. Here comes Skarm now. Another Fire Punch attempt, and another non-burn. 8th, 9th time's the charm. Man, Sprinkles just avoiding that 20% burn for days. Like I said, mathematically, it should have already happened probably twice at this point. How many Fire Punches has he gone through? Gone through 9 of them, so yeah, it should have happened at least once, maybe twice by now, and he hasn't found any at all. Got to be more trickery here, this time swapping Scarf and Iron Ball. Super Fang coming down, Zapdos pretty low. Not going to be able to stop the taunt if he goes for the Roost, but he did not. They both ended up switching. It's Rachi and Clefable. Fire Punch here, you obviously can't burn, so he's going to Encore him. Nothing preventing Soft Boiled, but he's going to play it aggressively and go for S-Toss, catching Meta. Here's Skarm yet again, and he's going to do the mash. Gets an attack raise in the process. T-Tar reappears, still poisoned from the toxic spikes from before, and Nidoqueen comes in at the same time. Prompts the Tar out. Here's the Meta. Super Fang, not all that exciting. EQ there obviously would have been the move, but he had no way to know that. Here comes Lottie. That's going to eat a mash. Not looking like it can ever survive another one either when in conjunction with the sand. And it is just going to be effectively a trade. Meta is down to 10% after Lottie dies. There is the revenge kill for the aforementioned trade. Leaves us in a 5-4 with Sprinkles up 'em on. Clefable comes down, and Uxie going to U-turn out. Decides Jirachi is the answer yet again. Last time it went for Substitute to block Knockoff. Maybe he'll do that again. Gonna go for Iron Head this time. I mean, we know we can't burn the Skarm, so why not just do this, I guess. Man, finally, long overdue, he finds the burn. Like I said, mathematically, it should have happened long before now, but finally he gets it. And now he's going to try to flinch him while he's burnt, which is pretty obnoxious. And in fact, that will be successful here. Goes for it again. This time he doesn't get the flinch, and Roost gets off, but the burn is very good for Fakes and going to be a problem in the long term for Sprinkles. Iron Head is resisted, just 11% for Rotom. And it's going to be a double back to Clef. Fakes takes the opportunity to sub up. And we're going to begin Iron Heading here. One thing that the very, very broken Magic Guard does not prevent is flinches, as we see. And now this game, all of a sudden, looks pretty reasonable for Fakes. But even behind the sub, he still doesn't want to stay in against Rotom. Surprised he didn't just go for one Iron Head or one Fire Punch there. But I guess he just didn't want to get behind had Sprinkles just clicked rest immediately, which as it turns out he did not. So 4-4, close one here, without a doubt. T-Tar reappears. There's the withdraw and boosted pursuit for 75%. Burnt Scarm comes in to check him, down to 50% itself. There's Zapdos, no rocks, so it's going to survive. And Spikes number 2. Sprinkles has not managed all game to get rocks down. Can't stop the roost, so Zapdos that was on its deathbed is now pretty healthy again. But all 3 layers of those normal spikes are down, and then he does still have the option in the back of the toxic spikes. Scarm is going to succumb to Thunderbolt. 4-3 advantage now for Fakes. Low T-Tower trying to do something on the way out. Crunch is obviously going to kill Uxie from 2%. And we've got ourselves a 3-3. Big Crunch and a Thunderbolt. Make that 2-3 with Fakes in the lead. Both Rotom and Nidoqueen are low for Fakes, or for Sprinkles rather. And we're a couple Thunderbolts here away from death, it's looking like. 14% Nidoqueen, the only thing. And he's not faster anymore ever since losing his Scarf to that Trickery earlier. And it's going to be Fakes taking down Game 1, putting Sprinkles back against the wall. He's in danger of losing his first ever match in Kalos Crew Challenge and having to rely on a Gen 9 matchup that might not be in his team's favor. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sprinkles has been down a game plenty of times. There's a reason he's undefeated in this tournament. Let's not count him out as we move to Game 2. But before we move to Game 2, I'll give you the usual spiel real quick right now. Please hit the like button. Boom, done. You could have already done it. It's quick, it's easy. Could have clicked it again and again and again. You could have clicked it 10 times by now. Of course, if you click it once, then click it twice, it actually unlikes the like, so don't do that. Why don't you just click it a total number of 1 time? That's all I need. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, part of the exclusive club of like 10 of you who are subscribed to the Kalos Narrates YouTube channel. And then most importantly, please consider donating to the tour. How do you do that? You join the Discord server with the link in the description. Hang out there, see the replays, chill with the players, blah, blah. There's a donation section. It's just a quick, easy PayPal link. It takes under a minute to donate. It can be anonymous if you want it to be, or I can give you credit if you want that. I'm happy either way. The prize pool right now is $700-something. We're trying to get to a goal number of 900, so we're pretty close. Any contribution helps. I don't keep anything. PayPal takes a very small chunk out of your donation, and the rest of it goes directly into the prize pool. So if you have the means, and if you've been enjoying the show, please consider throwing a little something towards the tournament. Back to the match at hand. Fakes on the bottom, Sprinkles on the top. 1-0 for Fakes of Team Fake Booty. Shady Mofos with a match win on the board, but down a game in this case. Let's go to this one. Fakes is on the bottom again, like we said, and Sprinkles, Shady Mofo are on the top. They're both content with the lead matchup. It's going to be Champ and Zap, U-turn, and D-Punch is going to hit the Rachi there for 33%, and of course the obligatory Confusion. Heatran in, and Starmie in as rocks are established, but Sprinkles wants to immediately make them unestablished. Instead, he gets a power full power, which is even better, but then he whiffs on the rapid spin, not able to predict the Gengar. But he's going to go ahead and stay and get yet another immediate power full power, so a couple of cooperative turns there for Sprinkles, and 2 paralyzed Mons early on for Fakes. And there's rocks for Sprinkles, so a good little start for him, though he does still have to deal with this Machamp. And he's going to bulk up on the switch, interestingly. And he's going to try to flinch him down, which is going to work for 1 turn, but is this a long-term strategy? 2 in a row. Pushes his luck. Here comes a 3rd. 3 in a row. Rachi's a balanced Pokemon that we shouldn't ban. And 4 in a row. Why not? I think this is good for the game, guys. I think that Ironhead Rachi is fair, balanced, and skill intensive, and we should definitely allow bullshit like we just saw to continue on. Look, guys, I'm not a DPP main. I'm not going to go too far down this rant, but it is amazing to me that the people who are deciding the DPP tiers aren't either getting rid of Ironhead or getting rid of Rachi entirely. I personally would keep the Pokemon, keep Jirachi, but just get rid of Ironhead on Jirachi. Smogon doesn't like doing that. Complex ban, blah blah blah. All the robots are adamantly against that. But that's the common sense solution as far as I'm concerned. But Ironhead on Rachi is stupid and adds variance and does things like what we just saw. Anyhow, let's get back to the game at hand. We have a 5-4 lead for Sprinkles, which quickly becomes 4-4 as DD Gyra gets a kill here. Zapdos coming in for the check. Waterfall attempting the flinch. Not going to happen. Gets a discharge. But had that been a crit or a flinch, maybe Gyra just sweeps right there. Second Dragon Dancer for Fakes. U-turn. And he's going to respond with the Champ. T-Tar faster, gonna go for it. Gets the EQ, doesn't get the crit. Not going to survive Dynamic Punch despite Chople Berry. And we've got ourselves a 2-4. One of them is a paralyzed Gengar here. Does at least get a Shadow Ball off before it dies. But his other poke is paralyzed as well. Those earlier T-Waves from the Starmie really paying off in the end. Nothing he can do to prevent Superpower from getting him here. And this game, considerably faster than the previous, is going to go the way of Sprinkles, evening us up and sending us to a crucial Game 3. Should Sprinkles win, it's going to eliminate Team Fake Booty, and it's going to take Shady Mofos one step closer to the back-to-back victory that Sprinkles very much wants. If Fakes wins, it's going to be 1-1 in matches, and it's all going to get settled between Friend of Mr. Golem and Sabella in Gen 9. Crucial match between two of the top DPPers in the tournament. Third and final game, Fakes and Sprinkles. Here it is. Fakes for the final time is on the bottom, and Sprinkles, Shady Mofo in this case, is going to be on the top. Going to be an immediate Dragon Dance from the lead Gyra, but upon seeing Clefable, doesn't like it anymore and gets out of the way. And lucky for Fakes, right out the gate, 10% Thunderbolt finds the para on the T-Tar. They both establish rocks regardless, and out of the way we go as Heatran gets a free crack at Flygon. Gotta be Lava Plume. Only would have mattered if he burnt there, which he does not. The damage is whatever, and obviously he's going to protect against the EQ. He believes that he might be stuck on EQ, so he goes to Gengar, and Fake stays in and goes for it anyway. Out of the way he goes now to Rachi. Will-O-Wisp coming down for Sprinkles. That's a good burn. Rachi probably stuck with that, though Refresh is a thing. Shadow Ball, just 28%, but he does get a drop. And we've got more para spreading the love. Gengar, in this case, going to be on the bad end of a T-Wave. And now we're going to go for the para flinch. The Ironhead's doing less than they normally would, thanks to the burn. But nevertheless, good chance to make Gengar not do anything. He got a Shadow Ball off anyway, though, despite para flinch there. More Rachi variants. A little bit of switcheroony. End up with Heatran on Flygon, who's again going to just click Protect, see what's up. And he sees again that he has opted for Earthquake. Gar comes back, still paralyzed from before. Clefable here possibly could take advantage of that for Fakes. Sprinkles having none of it, gonna go to Jirachi. And it is the uncommon Carmine Clefable making an appearance for Fakes. Tries to fodder off his own Rachi here, but it's actually CM Rachi as well for Sprinkles. Gets the first kill. And we have the unusual Magneton as opposed to Magnezone. Very uncommon. I guess the advantage is that Magneton is faster than Magnezone, but it's worse in most other ways, and that's a really unusual choice. It's almost always Zone in DPP. Don't see a lot of Magneton. Regardless, the lead getting bigger for Sprinkles, though there is the Revenge Kill EQ that he's not able to predict. He does go to Gyra against a Pokemon that's locked on Earthquake, and there is Dragon Dance. Magneton, not really equipped to take Earthquakes. In this case, he doesn't take Waterfall either. Sprinkles furthers his lead. He's now got a 5-3 advantage. Goes for the flinch, doesn't get it. Thunderbolt comes back for the kill. 4-3, Sprinkles still ahead. trying to get the 2-0 match victory here. Last poke Lottie for Fakes. There's Boom. That Lottie is going to die when the sand kicks in. Fakes is down to just 2 pokes. And the last poke revealed for Sprinkles is his own Lottie. He's going to go first. He's going to Draco Meteor. And Fakes is going to only have the Clefable left to try to get this done with. Here comes T-Tar. And Combine number 1 comes down. Clefable against the world for Fakes. Can he keep his team in this, or will Sprinkles eliminate Team Fake Booty? Lottie comes in, eats an Ice Beam, doesn't crit, doesn't freeze. And Sprinkles will time out. Wah, wah, wah. And before you ask, since you can't see the battle log, no, Sprinkles was not disconnected. It was not an internet issue, didn't DC, simply mismanaged the timer. Was thinking about what to do next, and you saw he got plenty of warning from the game. He counted down 60 seconds, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Game gave him lots and lots of warning, and I don't know if he didn't see it or didn't click fast enough or what, but he did not make a move in time. His timer ran out, and that is going to be a loss. That is an unfortunate way to lose, and it could really, really matter if this is a game that he could have won and if the Gen 9 ends up not going their way. But this result is going to stand. Timeout is funky. We don't see it very often, and when it does happen, it's almost always when somebody is disconnected or having some kind of internet problem. But this is not one of those times. Sprinkles is just going to flat out be not paying enough attention to his timer and is going to lose to timeout here. I hate it. I hate it for him. I feel bad. But the result has to stand. That's just how tournaments work. So it's going to be a Fakes victory here with a weird ending, but a 2-1 match victory for Fakes, the first ever match that Sprinkles has lost across 2 different iterations of Callus Crew Challenge, and that's going to send it over to Gen 9. It's Fomog, friend of Mr. Gollum, against Sabella. That match is going to determine whether Fake Booty knocks off the defending champs or whether Shady Mofos can potentially repeat and do it again this year. Unfortunate ending, and I don't know how this would have played out. I mean, both the T-Tar and the Gengar are paralyzed, so that's certainly a factor here. You could certainly argue that even without the timeout, Fakes might have won anyway, but like, at very least, the Lottie has a shot to do something here. Whether it's click Trick, whether it's click T-Wave, whether it's go for a crit Draco Meteor. I don't think this game was absolutely 100% over. I think that Fakes was in a good position, but it was a winnable game still for Sprinkles, and the timeout I think is quite relevant, unfortunately. But like I said, the result is going to stand, so it's all going to be settled in Gen 9. What a way to win, not what I or I assume anybody else was expecting, but that is the way that it played out. First ever match loss for Sprinkles, and Shady Mofos, the defending champs, potentially in jeopardy. You want to see how it plays out? Join the Discord server. That's where you'll find those Gen 9 replays. In the meantime, appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the quarterfinals of Callus Crew Challenge. Thanks for watching.